Hello, everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I am happy you can join me today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button to share this content with other movie fans. This past Monday was Mystery Monday movie night at Regal Cinemas, and I was fortunate to see White Bird. It is considered to be a coming of age period drama. It was directed by Mark Forster, who directed Quantum of Solace and World War Z. So I am a fan of Forster. It stars a few unfamiliar actors who play teenagers in this film. It will be released in theaters this Friday, October 4th, and the running time is 2 hours. So White Bird is based on a book in the Wonder series, which is a series of children's books written by R.J. Palacio. It is a spin-off, so you don't need to be familiar with the story of Wonder. I have not read Wonder. I have not seen the movie. The movie starts with a teen boy named Julian who starts at a new private school, and he has a problem with fitting in. When he gets home, he finds out that his French Jewish grandmother, Sarah, played by Helen Mirren, is visiting him. She decides to tell him a story of how he got his name. And the movie flashes back to Sarah's adolescence in a small town in France. The principal at her school is a Catholic priest. At first, her parents tell her that they are being discriminated by some people in the town because they are Jewish. But eventually, World War II breaks out and the Nazis invade France. When the Nazis visit her school to collect all the Jewish kids, her principal tries to send them into hiding. Sarah escapes into the woods only to run into her classmate Julian, and he invites her to hide in his parents' barn. By the end of Act 2 and the beginning of Act 3, you find out that Sarah has been hiding in Julian's parents' barn for 2 years, and she lost contact with both of her parents during the Nazi occupation. And eventually, Sarah and Julian fall in love. There are some surprising twists and turns in the third act, and then something happens where I am not surprised that it happened, but I am so upset that I lost it, and I just started bawling. So I am going to give this film 4.5 out of 5 stars. Mark Forster is a great filmmaker. I think Quantum of Solace is one of the great James Bond films. I loved World War Z. So it's safe to say that when you watch a Mark Forster film, you're in good hands. He's just a great director. So we're talking excellent direction, excellent acting from all the actors. I loved Helen Mirren in this as well. She's one of my favorite actresses. Um, Excellent story, excellent plot, excellent script. I have no complaints with the dialogue. There's one scene that really stood out for me where Julian's grandmother, Sarah, tells Julian that when it's I can't remember the exact phrase, but she says to Julian that when when it is dangerous to be kind, kindness becomes a sort of a miracle. And so you realize that the fact that Julian and his parents saved her life through sheer kindness is in itself a miracle. So the story is a powerful story about the power of kindness, and it is also poetic because the white bird for Sarah symbolizes hope, And there's a part of her that felt like the white bird symbolized her mother being with her in spirit. I won't go into details, but you know, by the time you get to the end of Act Two, you're not sure what happened to her parents. You're not sure if she'll ever see her father or her mother again. And Act Three answers that question, but I won't give it away. I would highly recommend that you watch this movie. It's just an excellent film. Um, Another thing that I want to mention is why I think that Regal decided to make this movie the Monday mystery movie. If I had known that this movie was going to be the movie I saw Monday, I would have never went to see the movies because and this goes back to why I gave it 4.5 stars instead of 5 out of 5 stars. I've said this before in the past, and I'm gonna say it again. Unfortunately, even though this is an excellent film and I highly recommend the film, um, I am tired of watching movies that take place during the Nazi occupation and the Holocaust. It's just there have been so many movies made about the Nazi occupation and the Holocaust, and I'm just like fatigued at this point. So it's actually smart that Regal chose this movie. Another reason why I think that it was a smart move is because this Friday, the Joker sequel comes out, and so I am going to go ahead and make this guess. I'm going to guess that the Joker sequel um, is going to be a box office success, and so every other movie coming out is going to have to compete with the Joker sequel. I am looking forward to the Joker sequel. So the Joker is one of the most anticipated movies of the year. So you know, to have this movie come out on the same weekend as the Joker sequel is kind of like, you know, you have a competition right there. Another thing that I wanted to say about this film is I really loved how the teen characters were portrayed. I really love the characterizations of them. Because the thing is, when you have a war break out during your adolescence, how does that change you? Um, you know, and how fast do you have to grow up? And so, what I really liked about this story is that Sarah and Julian, slowly but surely, they evolve into adults. They have to grow up fast, which is unfair to them because of the world that they live in. And it's nice to see teenagers being depicted in a realistic way. They're not kids anymore, they're not adults yet, but there are times where they do act like adults because they're at a point in their life where they're losing their innocence. And so this movie kind of reminded me of another film, Where Hands Touch. And this is a film this is probably my favorite film that takes place during the Holocaust. And the reason why I love this film so much is because it is one of the few films in which you see a different story where you realize that not every victim of the Holocaust and World War II was Jewish. A lot of people suffered. It's not just the Jews. A lot of people lost and suffered during the Holocaust and World War II. And so, Where Hands Touch centers around a black German girl, 16 years old, and she falls in love with a German boy who enters into the military. And even though he is forced to become a Nazi, um, his love for this black German girl stops him from doing the horrific things that they want the soldiers to do. And so it kind of reminded me of Where Hands Touch, because you see that not only did the Jews suffer during this time, but people who were not Jewish also suffered. It's not just a one-sided thing. A lot of people outside the Jewish community lost somebody, and you saw it with the Catholic priests. You saw it with Julian and his parents, and it's heartbreaking to see all of that. But at the same time, it's also powerful to see people being kind. And I remember walking out of the theater thinking to myself, you know, um, the information age has led us to be less kind. And so the one of the reasons why I continued crying even after the movie was over is because we have lost our sense of kindness towards each other. Um, and it's like, you know what? Will we ever get back to a time where everyone is kind to each other? So that's all for today, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another movie review. Um, Whitebird will be in theaters this Friday. I highly recommend that you go see it. Support this film. You'll thank me for it later. And yeah, take care and God bless.